The following program is brought to you by McDivitt Law Firm.
Down for a lunch meeting
That would be
this
awesome.
week.
Thank
That'll
you.
be nice.
Okay.
I think.
Great idea.
David, were you listening?
Yeah, we're gonna do our family meeting over dinner.
Is that
You
okay
can't
with
just-
you?
I think that was my idea anyway.
We're the McDivitt family.
We run a law firm together in Colorado.
Working together can have its challenges.
But at the end of the day,
We're still family.
we work together.
We celebrate together.
And we build traditions together.
This is family style with the McDivitts.
When we all get together to try to decide on a place to eat, it is usually a disaster. My favorite's when Mom says, "You guys decide."
It's such a joke.
This is a classic move that my mom does. She'll say, I want to go where all of you want to go. You decide. Like she's just A, looking for ideas for herself to think about, and then B, just making sure she knows exactly who's going to get disappointed when she turns it down.
I guess what I'm really doing is trying to figure out what everybody wants, and then I kind of weigh it all, and then I decide.
It's better than it used to be. Remember, every time you asked me where I wanted to go to the Citadel Food Court.
Oh my.
Oh yes, that's
Well,
right.
you guys were patient.
the only-
You oftentimes went, but
The
I
only
don't.
benefit of that was we had some choices.
David likes to go to the food court because he loves fast food. He's always loved the food court. How do you feel about
Thank
that?
you for asking.
Lisa, how do you feel?
I feel,
I would like to know.
no, you don't care.
I don't care.
I've just noticed in the past, I've never picked a place to go.
Your daughter,
She feels like people don't listen to her.
I listened to you, Lisa.
she has the world's biggest persecution complex.
I do not. I'm the youngest child, and it's an actual syndrome. I am okay with
Well,
it.
then how about we just let you decide?
Yeah, where do you want to go?
Tonight, you
So here's the
choose.
flip side to that. That's too much pressure, and I don't want to be responsible if no one else likes it. That would make me
I'm
feel bad.
going to decide
That's why
pretty
the
soon.
food court was always the best option.
I was hoping for Luigi's because I love it, and I'm not down here all that often.
Well, I'm trying to eat mostly salads.
I'm not sure we ever get real consensus. Somebody gives in.
I'm looking at the menu and I love this stuff. It's just tonight I'm just not in the mood for Italian. So
Great. So we made a decision. Your sister felt heard.
Finally.
And now you're saying you're not in the mood for Italian.
right, but I'm not doing that because she felt heard.
Not hurt. Heard.
No, her. I know that, and I'm glad you felt heard,
I did.
and not to hurt you.
But you're not hearing her anymore, huh?
No, I don't.
Come
How
here.
about Chinese food?
Yeah, do we really have an ability to make a decision on this, or do we have to,
Chinese food? What do you think?
that this isn't working out very well? I'm getting a little concerned that we're not going to eat tonight. How about that?
Dad is just, we gotta go, and he stops really listening and participating. Here's the deal.
Yeah, no deal.
It's killing me
Deal or
too.
no deal. Deal or no deal.
Look, Lisa wants Italian. I want Chinese. Mom wants a salad, and you want Mexican
Okay,
food.
so where are we going to go?
I think the food court.
David wins again.
Food court.
Let's go.
Should we do that again?
No, we're not doing it again.
We need a room temp. Because it's so easy for people to just swipe right or swipe left when they see. Hello, who's down there? Hey, guys, don't fight, please. Daddy's trying to get a girlfriend. There's this thing called online dating, which is how you sometimes adults meet other adults, and maybe they have kids too, and then their kids can spend time together. Or maybe they're rich and they have a plane and they want to take you on a trip. I'm available. Hi, I'm David McDivitt, a full-time single dad. Like a lot of single parents, it's tough to find time to date. And when you do, you usually start online. For that to work, you need a killer online profile. This is the Single Dad's Guide to Online Dating. The reason that your online dating profile is so crucial is because that's the first impression people get of you when they find you online. And you want it to say plenty about you, but you don't usually have a lot of space to do it. A lot of sites these days, they'll preload questions for you. Like, what are your 3 favorite things to do? Or if you could have 3 people over for dinner, who would they be? Make a profile. First name, David. This is a chance for you to express a little bit about who you are and what you're interested in. You need to look like you're a kind of person somebody wants to get to know. You might not be, but that's not what you want to say on your profile. Your profile needs to scream, I'm an awesome person. Single dad with 2 wonderful children. There's several key components to a successful and killer online profile. 1, when you explain about yourself, you can do it with just normal typewritten words, or you can use emojis. Emoji of 1 dad with 2 kids. There you go. We've all seen those things where it's just a string of emoji after emoji after emoji after emoji. Mountain, paddleboard, boat, cat, dog. I guess this person likes the outdoors and animals. Likes movies, popcorn emoji. I know I've read somewhere where it said that people are statistically 5% more likely to swipe right on somebody if that person uses emojis. So I use emojis. This is great. Oh, this is awesome. You also want to have great photos. Photos that express who you are, what you like to do, and how you think the world should see you. Got your tickets to the gun show. Look, if somebody meets you in person and what they see in person isn't consistent with what they saw in your online photos, that match isn't gonna work, right? Okay, I think I'm good. Before you hit submit, you need an editor, a ringer. Hey, Lisa, you need somebody you can trust, somebody who's gonna be kind, sincere, be honest with you, but do it in a gentle way. Hey, check this out.
Okay.
So I'm setting up my online profile.
All right, another one.
Do you see the gun show? Do you see there are 2 gun shows, 2 tickets?
Nobody wants to see that gun show. That says I'm a frat guy who loves my biceps.
Now that photo says great biceps. Look at that.
David.
Now that is a cool photo.
David.
That's a cool dude. That is a cool dude.
No girl wants to know that this guy is just surrounded by other women all the time. Is that your senior photo from high school?
Uh-huh.
David, no. Let's just see at least what you wrote about yourself.
With 2 wonderful children, and then the emoji with dad with 2 kids.
Why are there so many emojis?
Nice to watch, because statistically, people are 5% more likely to swipe right on your profile if you have emojis.
Anyone who looks at this is going to think you're a 13-year-old girl who just got a cell phone.
Okay.
Please let me do this.
Ouch.
Just let me handle this. I know how women think.
Not mess this up.
I won't, believe me. That would be very easy to do.
All right, make sure to save this, though, okay?
Oh, I will.
'Cause that's good
Yeah, let me
stuff.
just rewrite this a little bit.
Listen, the most important thing, honestly, is to be authentic and be yourself. You want to make sure that you're making genuine connections, because if you don't connect with that person, they're clearly not the right person for you. And if they're not the right person for you, there's no way they can be the right person for your children. Add an emoji.
You don't need emojis.
Who's going to want to swipe right on me?
Literate women. David, I appreciate your past.
I like
and
my past.
I honor it.
Okay.
But I am going to delete it from your profile. Here's a folder. There's a guy that says, "Hi, I'm a good person, and I'm looking for a good person to date." Oh, look at that!
Hey, that's Nikki.
David, your kids are your best asset.
Here's the truth. There are a lot of people who are going to see your profile, see that you're a parent, and they're just going to swipe left because they don't want to have to deal with kids. And that's okay, because guess what? They weren't the right person for you and your children anyway.
All right,
Sure.
I think my work here is done. Now don't forget to save it.
Got it. How do I launch it? Whoa. Where'd it go? Hello? Wait, where did it go? Shoot. No. Oh, this is a disaster. Shoot. I gotta start all over again. Hey, now where's that picture of me in the gun show shirt? Nice.
Ben, you're doing a heck of a job.
All right, what are we gonna watch?
Well, I brought some that I thought would be fun.
Okay.
And I got some too.
Movie night. Those are probably my 2 favorite words in the entire English language.
It's finally early enough that the kids are in bed. We can watch an adult movie. Well, that's not okay. An adult movie. Something other than a Disney cartoon.
I know
All
you'll
right.
all like the movies I picked.
I'm not so sure. I can see some of them from here.
Watching the movie is a great experience, but getting there, that's a whole different ballgame.
I think we all love the movies for different reasons.
Let's watch The Great Battles of the Civil War.
Okay.
There's another idea, which is we don't do that.
So we went kind of a fun
Okay.
night.
Glory. Now that's a real movie.
Okay, it's a good
That's
movie.
a good movie.
All right, let's put that in the maybe pile. When my dad brings choices to the selection, it's usually movies showing guys on horses, movies showing guys at war. If there were a channel of guys on horses going to war, my dad would have it on all day long.
The Da Vinci Code. Have you guys seen this?
Everybody's seen it.
Something's got to give.
Wait, this one says children and adults will be transfixed by these amazing
Oh, no.
dogs.
5 states of Colorado
We're not going to watch that.
and the Louisiana Purchase.
Well, okay.
Well, that was Thomas
I've already
Jefferson.
got a couple here that you like. How about Beckett and Glory? Okay.
Those are in the maybe pile.
All right.
Mike likes period pieces and historical movies. Those are the movies Mike likes. But if you give Mike popcorn, He'll watch any movie.
What about
Oh,
Cleopatra?
Cleopatra. That won't be over anytime soon.
Oh,
How long is that movie?
Long.
it is.
I don't know.
Oh, they're going to do it in minutes, and then I don't know how to make that into
Back in the day when they had
Yeah, so if it's
intermissions.
120 minutes, that's 2 hours.
It's more than that. It's 248 minutes. 248 minutes. That movie is 248 minutes long. I was not a math major.
Citizen Kane, classic.
Okay, that-
really, I mean, if you haven't seen that.
Have I now read it?
Nope. Just as long as you don't say what it is.
Rosebud.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah, well, I'm not going to say it. 'cause it's still-
Don't say it. No
Does everybody
spoilers.
here know?
Don't.
And we came up with the idea of creating these piles. This is definitely no.
It takes half the movie night just to select the movie.
But can we put Master and Commander in the maybe pile?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, Predator 2. Of course, this is a VHS.
VHS.
Why did you bring VHSs over? I love The Godfather.
These are classics.
Johnny English.
No.
I love these movies.
No.
If there is a movie that has been completely lambasted by critics, it is probably one of David's favorite movies.
Is there anybody who does not really want to watch Independence Day?
No, I want to watch Independence Day.
This is the movie you guys will all fall asleep to.
Sounds great. 1776?
Well, oh no, it's not about the revolution.
Oh,
It's a different kind of, it's the new Independence Day.
I see. Let's go for that.
It's like it's deeper than the
Yeah.
American Revolution. It's the World Revolution, Dad.
120 plus 120, be 240, and then plus 8. So it'd be 4 hours and 8 minutes.
Pretty soon you guys are going to be playing with lightsabers, okay? So here we go. One of the most important things as a parent is getting your kids to do their chores, namely picking up their toys. This is the Single Dad's Guide to Chores. When I'm trying to get my kids to do their chores, I like to think that I'm a football coach and they're my players. I like to start with a good game plan. I literally draw out and map out exactly what needs to go where. Is it a shelf toy? Is it a bin toy? Does it go in the storage closet? Every toy has a home. And this one goes on your bed too, right? These are your loveys. I'm the coach, I'm the general, I'm the Jedi Master. I need to make sure that my little lieutenants, my players, my tiny Padawans know exactly what needs to go where. 1, 2, 3. Pick up toys. No matter how brilliant the plan, be prepared to run into challenges. You know what can go wrong? Plenty. Sometimes the kids are putting toys away and then they find toys they didn't even know that they had. Toys they haven't played with in months. All of a sudden you even have more toys than when you started. The toys are multiplying like bunnies. Kids, stop playing with it. Barbie time is over. Put the train down. This is not a lightsaber duel. That goes back in Weapons and Wands. You know that. Take the crown off your head and put it away. No. I'm the boss. I'm the boss. You know how I know? Because it says so. Snack time. You guys are doing an awesome job. I'm so proud of you. We all know nothing gets done when kids are hungry. They're like elite athletes, and I'm just here to support them. No, snacks. I like to come in already loaded with extra snacks, water, whatever I think I'm gonna need to keep my kids nourished and on the job. There we go. You guys are good? This works because I'm prepared, and I've readied my children for what the plan is, what to expect when they're done, and I've made sure that they stay motivated, refreshed, and nourished. Literally, when you set it up like this, nothing can go wrong. Listen, yes, this is a lot of work, but I've instilled in them the proper motivation and a work ethic. I know they can do the job. Sometimes I help out just a little. I mean, you do have to pick your battles. And as a single parent, once the chores are done, that's when I can finally relax.
And just 10 seconds. That's good.
Tell me about yourself, David. What's going on with you?
I'm not telling you guys anything, except, well, I am going on another date tonight.
Oh,
So this is an actual old-fashioned blind date.
we're sitting here judging.
The idea of going on a blind date makes me excited. Maybe I should be nervous.
It's not from eBay or anything. I mean, the other dating sites. It's a real blind date?
Well, I didn't even look her up because my friend knows her.
Yeah?
And he said, I think you might connect with this person.
Well, anything he does in the way of dating pleases me. You know, fills me with hope that he might find someone.
She always thinks that this is going to be the one. After it's happened, I always have to preface with, please understand, we're probably not going to get married. I'm going to do that this time. I want the way you and Dad met, like an old-fashioned, I have no idea what this person is going to look like.
There was no Facebook then. There's no way I could look her up. It was blind.
What did you know about him before you met him?
I knew he was desperate. And my cousin found out I was coming down, and she asked if I'd like to meet this attorney down there. He came in and admitted right away that he'd driven over her flower beds. He cheated at a game. I'll never forget this part. He stood up in front of everybody in the room, and he stuck his thumbs kind of in his pocket, and he said, Karen, how would you like to go out with me tomorrow night and get a pizza?
I have a lot of making up to do. I got to rehabilitate myself.
It wasn't probably an auspicious beginning.
Are you really sure you want to go on a blind date?
I don't know.
This is one of those things where I shouldn't get my hopes up.
I'll tell you when it's time for you to get your hopes up.
I'm just wondering, how come you won't let me set you up on blind dates?
No. I was going to say this. How come you don't set me up on blind dates? You know people, you have friends.
I don't know if I'm protecting you or my friends.
She gets really defensive of her friends whenever I say, hey, why don't you set me up with somebody? She's a horrible wingman.
One time I did set him up on a blind date, and then he quickened on the date. He sat at a food truck and recorded his receipt. It was a bad look.
Did you and Stan go on a blind date?
My husband and I met at a party, and then he invited me out to this denim party that I'm hosting. It was like the reverse of a blind date, like a group event. So I showed up, and it was the more people that came and bought things, the more of a discount he would get on the fee. Oh, no.
That's a smart guy.
Don't turn your blind date into a sales opportunity.
I was so offended, so I left and went on another date. If he had only known how much I hate shopping, he would have never invited me out as this first date. It almost sounds like you do almost research or something.
Like a pre-date. The pre-date before the date. A pre-date is what you do before you go on the date to find out exactly who you're going to go on a date with.
Maybe this is kind of like a real estate adventure, you know?
What you're doing is you're searching for red flags. So if they don't live where they say they live, red flag. Do they have a husband? Red flag. Yeah, I have to go into
I think we should have started this conversation earlier, like maybe when you were 5 or 6.
This sounds complicated, Karen.
Yeah, it is complicated. You've got to if you're not taking pre-dating seriously, you're not taking dating seriously.
Look,
I'm going to get the kids on Facebook with me, and we're going to start looking at all of these people I'm going to go on date with. What do you think of this? Do you think she'd make a great mom?
You realize this is the best argument ever for why you should have pre-arranged marriage by your parents.
I can't
Here's your wedding day, and surprise!
You guys.
Yeah, so one more without the hat, and then we'll get maybe some feet.
There's nothing I love more than being outside and feeling the rain or smelling the morning dew. Maybe picking up a pine cone and feeling it crunch in my hands and smelling that pine cone. Ah, nature. I feel so close to home here. When you're a parent, you want to teach your children to be resourceful and resilient. And there's no better place to learn that than the great outdoors. This is the Single Dad's Guide to Camping. It's important to take your kids camping so they can learn something about themselves that they didn't know before. Having an adventure unlocks their imagination and their potential. Maybe there's a piece of creativity that they didn't even know existed. And suddenly their world becomes so much bigger because you've opened their eyes to the great outdoors. So the first thing that I like to do is to create a checklist. I went online to an outdoor retailer. They had a checklist. I bought everything that they had on that checklist, and I was ready to go camping. Oh, shoot. The first thing you need to do when you're going camping is find a place to pitch your tent. Because if you don't have shelter, believe me, the weather can turn in a moment. Start with the shelter and then figure out where you're gonna sleep with inside that shelter. You've gotta have a place to sleep, you've gotta have food to eat, you've gotta be able to protect yourself, and you have to be prepared for every contingency. Bears, bugs, killer insects, snakes, floods, people with hooks on their arms, people searching for gold, people trying to hide gold, mountain pirates, avalanche, rock slides, getting lost, quicksand. Seriously, quicksand. Everything I know about camping, I learned from the Boy Scouts. Great outdoors.
I love it out here.
You've heard about Life Scouts and maybe even Eagle Scouts, and that's a big deal, but I stopped at first class. There's no sense in going on to be an Eagle Scout when you can be first class. Because is there anything better than first class? No. If you've been on an airplane, you know that. Once you've set up your camp, it's important to make sure that everything works so that your kids will be comfortable.
Okay, this isn't good.
If your kids are uncomfortable, you're never gonna get them outside again. It's important for you to get it right.
This is good.
Here's the thing about camping. Camping is primitive. You're in nature, you're out in the wild, you're getting back to your roots. This is roughing it. And there's a certain zen about camping in the wilderness. You get to really find out who you are in those situations. One of the beauties of camping is it shows us the bare minimum of what we really need.
There you go. Little elbow grease.
Because when you're out in the woods with just your tent and your pack and your food and your kids, I mean, you have everything that you really need to survive. It's really you versus the elements. It's a chance for you to pit your mettle, your resolve against all that nature has to throw at you. I want my kids to have positive memories because of what camping can provide. Lessons in resiliency.
Hi, yeah. Paninos?
Yeah. An appreciation for the great outdoors.
I'd like to place a delivery order, please. The usual.
A knowledge of what has come before us and where we're going.
That's right on the salad. No onions on the salad.
The relationship of humans and our earth. How we can make a difference and how we can make the earth a better place.
Yeah, that's right. You know where to find me. Thanks. Bye.
As a parent, the most important piece of going camping with your kids is to make sure that they have fun and that they get something out of the experience. You are building memories that will last a lifetime.
Great outdoors. Oh, I forgot the pillows.
This is a family board. This is a board meeting.
Hey, listen, okay, I'll tell you what, if you guys can hear me, just listen. Can you hear me?
My dad loves the idea of Zoom, but he's not very good at it.
If it's Mike versus technology, technology wins every time.
I've got the Zoom. Did you guys have the Zoom? You got the Zoom too, don't you?
Doing technology with my parents is painful.
Are you on your phone or your computer right now?
It's an iPad. Now, do you call that a computer or a telephone?
Well, it's a computer.
Well, anyway, I'm on that. I'm on an iPad. So what did I do wrong? I just looking at it. It's been so difficult for us all to get together and talk about issues. At one time, Zoom is a perfect concept, and it was difficult.
I'm not sure Mike really understands a lot of this. Oh gosh, this is not good.
Well,
Are you doing something weird?
no, not this time. My hands are on my chair.
In fact, I think they're handcuffed to the chair.
Then once he's on, that's really just half the battle, because once he's on, then there's a whole arena for him to make all sorts of weird Zoom mistakes, faux pas.
Okay, Dad.
Oh, wait, but there's something down here that says share in the bottom right. Should I try that?
Yeah.
David, can you tell him what to push on his
So
computer?
Dad, there's a button on the screen there that should say video. Have you pressed, is there a red line through your video button?
Mike isn't a big fan of technology.
Can you hear me all right, Karen?
He liked his flip phone, couldn't understand why people were texting for a while.
He refuses to lock his phone before he puts it back in his pocket. If you missed a call from Mike on FaceTime, he was not trying to get a hold of you.
And now you're freezing.
I'm pretty warm, actually, in this room. Anyway, what do you want me to do with this? How do I share a screen? I mean, I don't know what you're talking about.
He just presses things. Is my finger here now? What does this do? What does this button do? I'll click this. You said camera, I'll click this microphone. You said green, what about the red one?
Yeah.
Share screen. Stop video.
No.
Dad, I can't see you.
Stop video.
Dad, well,
Dad, I can't see you anymore.
Well, let me tell you something. This may not be frustrating to you, but it is to me.
you're at home, right, Mom?
Yes, he's
Can you help
downstairs.
him?
I'm going downstairs. And then,
Okay.
Mike, I'm coming. I'm coming.
Dad,
I'm the big tech guy in the family, but my mom is my boots on the ground when I can't be there to fix something.
Yep. Yeah. You can
Okay, Mike.
What's the problem here?
Now, David, what are you seeing with your
I
dad?
used to see the screen. I see a bear looking out a telescope.
Okay, all right.
Don't let Dad touch the computer, though, right? You're in charge?
Well, I'm trying here.
That's okay. I like my odds better with you in charge.
That's the one, though.
Can you just stop sharing your screen for just a minute?
Well, how does he do that?
I'm trying to leave this meeting.
You see where it's green? It says you're sharing, perhaps?
Just a minute, I got a better idea. I got an idea. I know how I'm going to take care of this problem.
Action.
When you're a single parent, it's hard to find time to go out on a date. When you do, it's probably because the person you're going out with is pretty special, and you want to make a great impression. This is the Single Dad's Guide to Getting Ready for a Date. As a single parent, there are a lot of things you've got to be prepared for when you're trying to get ready for a date. Number one, are your kids in the house while you're trying to get ready? I lock my kids out of my room. You have to barricade yourself in to get ready for a date as a single parent. I'm warning you, if you don't lock your kids out of your room, you probably won't make it to your date at all. Keep in mind, the clothes you're about to put on might be your outfit for the date, but for your kids, they're a blank canvas. It's Murphy's Law. Don't be surprised if you see a chalk handprint on your clothes. So for me, looking good means looking like James Bond. James Bond has got that dream closet. All the shirts are color coordinated. He's got places for all of his cufflinks. He's got the perfect watch. He's got the most beautiful ties. Everything fits him like a glove. The guy was smooth in every situation. He was cool under pressure. And yeah, sometimes he had to get into a scrape here and there, but he always came out unscathed and he always knew what to say. McDivitt, David McDivitt. I can never do that right, so it's almost painful for everybody to... I might want to look like James Bond, you might want to look like James Bond, but when you're a single parent and you're getting ready for a date, you've got to get over some hurdles. My kids will oftentimes yell at me on the other side of the door, "Dad! I don't know how large Africa is. I don't know why you even care. You're 5. Unless you're having a porch date, going out on a date when you're a single parent is your chance to just step away from the house for a little bit so that when you come back, you're refreshed and recharged. The whole point of being on a date is to try to get to know somebody. When you're getting ready for a date and you want to look as sharp as James Bond, you've got to check the boxes. You need a fresh, clean, pressed shirt, a beautiful suit, a gorgeous tie. Make sure your socks match your outfit and your shoes look great. Oh, you've got to make sure you don't have holes in your clothes. It's almost impossible to completely remove your kids from the process of getting ready for a date. The most critical piece of all, there can be no evidence that your kids have been playing with your clothes. Look, James Bond is aspirational. I know I don't look like James Bond. What's really important is that you're able to focus on your date. Because if you're going out with that person must be pretty special. It's hot outside. It's hot. I hate being outside.
That's a wrap.
This program was brought to you by McDivitt Law Firm.